Ladies and gentlemen, you might be wondering, how do we follow up some guy that most people know is maybe one of the all-time greats in ECW and was on the cover of this video game called WCW NWO Revenge, was a hallmark of the WCW Monday Night Wars and a part of the end of the Attitude Era, TNA Hall of Famer, now movie star. Yeah, this guy Raven. Well, we're going to follow it up with a guy who right now might be the hottest thing around in underground wrestling. You think about right now what this man has an opportunity in front of him. Next Saturday, he has a chance next Sunday to be, well, let's just say Johnny 3 belts. Yeah, he could have 3 championship belts here as of next Sunday. He'll talk about that. And he'll also, probably be here next Saturday as well, because I'm going to have an announcement for the EWA. But we're going to talk about his run that has certainly taken him to the top in the underground, and especially in places like ROEW. We're going to talk about that Prestige Championship. We're also going to talk about what he just did recently in the EWA last weekend. We'll talk to you about what's going to happen next weekend. And we're also going to go down memory lane and talk about some matches, talk about some different things. Also set you up here for some ROEW coverage starting tomorrow with a guy that was once a puppet master that's now an outlaw, and a guy that's multiple times been a 7-star superstar, makes his long-awaited return here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, who also shares a 7-star match with, well, this guy right here. Yeah, I'm going to talk about all of that. Plus, I'm going to have some surprises for our guests. No, I can assure you it's not those kind of surprises. But I'll also be talking about yesterday, this guy James Taylor, because there can't be no other way. The topic came up. James Taylor versus Quickstrike Johnny Velocity. And even, could that be one day for 4 championship belts? I'm going to let this guy give a Quickstrike response and some. I'm going to most certainly do that. Maybe we'll even mix in some other matches he had. Well, how about what happened at Anniversary with, well, they said he was pulling the hair, but, well, his opponent didn't have any hair. We'll get into all of that, plus who knows whatever else. But it is so good to have this man here, a founding father of Sportswire Radio, and why you just saw this guy Raven, and why you'll see many more superstars coming up here in the next week. And not just in the rock and roll world, but since he hasn't been here in more than a New York minute, and I didn't get a chance to do my intro for Raven because, well, there was so many technical difficulties, but that's okay. We'll give Raven a pass. But this man, no, he's not getting a pass. He is most certainly getting that introduction that he deserves here because, after all, he is Johnny 2 belts. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue the Black Friday weekend here in style on Sportswire Radio, the #1 global radio station where all music and wrestling matters. So with that, without further ado here on the Sport Report, #1 Gamble Sports Show. A man that is still one of the true OGs of the underground. A man that is a founding father, not only of Sportswire Radio, but the All Wrestling Matters movement. He is the reigning, defending ROEW Prestige Champion and the brand new EWA Eternal Champion. Live it, love it, because his name is simply put, Quickstrike Jay Velasquez, Sonny, the double champ is here, my friend. How are we doing? And welcome home.
Oh, it's great to be back, Tom. That was amazing.
Yeah, I was fired up for that one. I have to admit.
I
didn't get to do it, Raven, because Raven. I mean, God bless Raven for even being here for 20 minutes. But I mean, it was just one of those poorly executed. I've done a lot, and that was But we're here. We made the most of it, and I was going to make up for the fact I couldn't do my intro with Raven. I was giving you everything I had.
Honor. It was an honor.
Well, it's certainly an honor to have you back here, and there is a lot to get into here over the next 90 minutes or so. I got to give you a couple things. I want to present some stuff onto the screen, but Johnny Velocity, Quickstrike Johnny Velocity, I want to ask you this question, and especially for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform, you most certainly helped build Sportzwire ready to get us that moment with that guy named Raven. Talk to me about what it means to you to be the reigning, defending ROEW Prestige Champion and the EWA Eternal Champion.
Man, it means the world. It started with the All Wrestling Matters Championship.
Yes.
I've never got to hold a singles title like that. It's kind of like avoided my whole career, which is fine. It's whatever. But getting to the end, I didn't know if I'd ever get a singles title. And then I won that All Wrestling Matters title. And then I got robbed. I thought that was going to be the end of it. Nope. I got another shot at the Prestige title. And it was against the guy that beat me in the very, very beginning.
Yes, well, last year in the finals, I thought
Right.
That was a great point that in commentary in ROEW that was brought up, that in the finals of that Prestige championship tournament, you lost that. That was a title that was just slipped out of your hands.
That brought me to ROEW. I wanted to learn how to chain wrestle, mat wrestle, submission wrestle. I wanted to learn that stuff. That's what these guys were really, really doing and mastering. And the Prestige Championship kind of like had the rule set. And I just was like, well, I got to get in that tournament. I got to win that title. Well, I lost. It's fine. I made it to the finals. I proved my worth. But a year later, and it was a rough 2024. We all know that.
Yes.
But that's all behind me. In 2025, literally January 2nd, I was medically released back to wrestling. And it took me till the end of the year, but
yeah, I remember you came on here. You were here after the injury last year, and it was like we didn't know the future. I mean, you were determined. You're like, I'm going to get out there. I'm going to do this. And, myself and I know a lot of people that are here tonight, and we're like, we didn't know if you were going to go out there. And that's why it was, kind of a sad thing, is especially after what we knew that you went through before that injury with obviously the C word, which I'm not going to get into again, but you've went through a lot, probably more than anybody I would never wish upon.
Yeah. And that maybe that helped me, being able to fight my way through all that. I was able to fight my way back to the top. Like, I'm holding 2 titles in 2 separate companies, 2 separate states. Like, that's an honor.
2 different companies, 2 completely different companies. Yeah. And, one of the things that we're going to show some of the footage that you have recently, we'll get to a lot of people here in the chat. I want to give you a couple of things. But at this point in your career, to have adjusted the way you have, I get on a lot of rock and roll musicians in the world, and heavy metal and hard rock. And sometimes it's hard for a musician to adapt with today's music to stay relevant. And you have done something that's I think very rare, especially in our circuit. You were known, obviously, we know your stuff at the summer bashes, your stuff with Omen Black, and everything you would once upon a time been known for. But right now, you're known for something completely different. And talk to me about how difficult it was to make that adjustment to where you are as a wrestler today.
Yeah, I've always thought of myself as very athletic. Like it's pretty much a given if you've seen me in the ring. But
Finger splashes, the karate kicks.
right.
Yep. You go out there, you dive off the top rope still. Yes.
And I've done a lot of the hardcore. I mean, I actually grew up doing a lot of hardcore stuff. That's what I knew. I was good at it. And yeah, I worked with Omen a lot and Soulja, and had some great matches too, memorable.
Absolutely. We spoke about them. I remember when you first came on here 2.5 years ago, you and your brother, who you've certainly just were across the apron from in the EWA not too long ago.
Right. And like, we were really good at that stuff and we had fun doing it, but we always wanted to learn more. And I had a whole little stint where I had quit watching wrestling and I turned into the UFC guy.
That's what a Raven now has done. He is
right
wrestling and watching UFC. I get it.
Right. And I actually started doing a little bit of jiu-jitsu and a little bit of kickboxing, and that's what I did for a while. So I wanted to incorporate that into wrestling, but I didn't know how. And I tried to do it with Dark Kron when I really pushed an IMF, was trying to do that, and I just couldn't figure out a way to do my chain wrestling, I would say, mat wrestling, maybe submission wrestling. I couldn't figure out how to do that with the style I was known for, wrestling in DKW and IMF.
Yes.
So when I got in ROEW and started working with the guys there, I was out for the majority of 2024. But once 2025 hit, we started working on me, on like who I was going to be and what I can do. And they really helped me develop who I am now. So it's just progression really from, if you want to go back as far as 2003 with SBW, that's from there to now, I'm a completely different person. I'm a completely different wrestler. So why not change my name a little bit, something a little bit more catchy, something people can, relate to. Johnny Velocity, bring some energy, right?
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, listen, it's 2025, and I think that, at first I was kind of confused about it, but I really think it's fit you to a T. And I put up a match, and the reason I put this match up was this was the match that Copper Dragon obviously had rated 7 stars, and this is CJ Black. I want to make the announcement here. CJ Black returns to Sportswire Radio Thursday night. He has not been here in a very long time. He doesn't come here very often. Just like yourself, Jason Storm, the outlaw Jason Storm's here tomorrow. You guys don't come on here that often. So when you guys come on, it's one of those, you got to listen. And he's going to talk about this and amongst other things. And I wanted to ask you, in this run you've had the last year, this match was rated 7 stars by the one and only Copper Dragon. And what did that mean to you? And what does this match mean to you?
I've strived for a 7-star match ever since I seen Copper Dragon, and him rating all these matches. Me and Omen actually got a 6.2 in the cage match, which I thought was awesome. And I honestly didn't know if I could ever get any better than that. And once I got in ROEW, now this match we're watching, right? Like me and Chris worked on this for 2 weeks, and I love the match. I mean, we both love the match. It's great. It's 7 stars, but there's still things that we know that we could have done better, that we could. If you watch the Dark Chronicles with me and him, we talked about this match in depth, and we worked our butts off. And this is where I will say, where I've always thought I was very athletic in the ring, and I had stamina for days. And the guys in IMF can vouch for me on this. I can go out there on a 95-degree day and work 6 matches. I have no problem.
Well, you've done it for sure. You've
Yeah,
done that, summer
but
bash last year.
that's when, mind you, I was a little younger and didn't have the issues that I do have now. But once I
Mhm.
started doing this chain wrestling, this submission, like this stuff, it
Mhm.
gassed me out so bad. At the end of all these training sessions, all these matches, now I'm exhausted. I am tired. I am working muscles that did not ever work before. It's the little things. I feel healthier now. I
I
don't
mean, you
get
look great. I mean, I gotta tell you. I mean, I watched obviously your most recent match, which was in the EWA against DJ Storm, who I see in the chat. We're gonna get to the EWA undoubtedly in a little while, but I mean, you look great for everything you've went through the last few years. Whether it's the C word, whether that horrific injury that you had last year, for everything you've went through. I mean, you were in. I mean, you're in great shape.
I never stop. I never give up. I hate it when
I
people
think
tell
there
me
we
I
go.
can't do
Yeah.
something. When people say I can't do something, I have to prove them wrong.
Hmm.
That's just it's always been a drive in me. When somebody says I can't do it, I'm going to show you I can. So I have that fight. I'm always going to have that fight, and I hope. I'm ending. My ending's coming up, and it's six,
I know.
7 months.
Well, I hate to break it to the chat. I know. Well, there's a guy I'll get to after this match that where it came up, and your career is coming to an end. But right now, I mean, let's certainly focus on the positives. And yeah, I'm with you. CJ is certainly an incredible competitor. We know about the work that he has done in the past, and he'll be here, I'm sure, to talk about that Thursday. And we're watching some of your stuff there, and just for the audience, one of the things that struck most to me in commentary was how far you've come. And in
Yeah,
commentary, the commentator there had said that he was proud of you. And I don't want to say I'm proud of you because you're older than me, and I would almost feel kind of goofy about that. But it's great to see that someone like yourself, who's changed up the wrestling style you've had, and talk to me about that chain wrestling and how that's been something that's improved your, whether it's conditioning or whether it's what you do
yeah.
out there in the ring, because it's going to be coming up very handy undoubtedly next weekend.
The chain wrestling is it to me. It's an art, and it's an art that I've always admired, but I just never understood it because like I
Mhm.
said before, I did jujitsu and stuff, but jujitsu was like I'm trying to hurt you. I'm really trying to hurt you. So incorporating this into what we do, I have to do that and try to find a way to safely apply this stuff to you, but make it look like I'm hurting you. And that was hard for me. And honestly, like this guy may get a lot of hate, but CJ is like a phenomenal mind in this wrestling business. Like I would love to just spend a day in his head to see what he thinks about when he's planning out a match. Like he'll send me messages, and it's not even my match or his match.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
mean, well,
before
what you
a
guys all
match.
do out there, no question. Yeah, I'm with you.
Like
I'm with you.
his mind's phenomenal. And if it wasn't for him, none of this would be possible for me. None of this would have happened for me. It he's a big part of what I am now. There's a
Well,
lot of
well,
people out there I can thank, but for me to be in the position I'm
well,
in
you're
right
gonna
now,
get that opportunity in a little while. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna
But
give you that opportunity
for the position
in a
I'm in
little
now,
while.
this man
Don't worry about that.
gets many thanks. He gave me my 7-star
He
match.
should.
Like
I mean,
I love
he's gonna get his
this.
moment.
I love
Yeah,
this
I
match.
mean, and he's gonna get his. Go ahead.
No, I love watching this.
Absolutely. It's a fantastic match. And if you'd like to watch the match, it's on the ROEW YouTube channel. It's ROEW Underground. We're going to put the link up here shortly. And we're here with Quickstrike Johnny Velocity,
I
who
had
is
that title.
also a 7-star. So there you go. Yes, and there's the build up there. Obviously, CJ has certainly the final say in the offense up until this point. And you're coming back here, and you made a good point. You build for the comeback, and you're
Yep.
certainly doing that here and throughout this match. And there you go. Yeah, it's going to definitely leave a mark.
I mean, earlier this year, I just thought of myself as a glorified jobber. Like I've always just thought that's just the placement I would be. And I don't know. I guess this was just to say, hey, you're not just a jobber. You deserve to be out here. And that's what it felt like.
Well, I'm happy that you're not a glorified jobber, even though I don't know what that term is. But I'm very happy that you're getting your
I was
flowers
just
here.
the guy that was like out there putting people over. I was never the guy winning. I was never winning a title. I was never winning matches. I was just out there making
Mhm.
guys look good. I never win. And it's just like now, I mean, I'm winning. I'm holding titles. It's unbelievable. I'm ecstatic right now.
Well, you should be. You definitely have put the work in, and you've been in this sport for so long. And, I say it all the time on here. There are certain guys that I really root for. And, it's always you and Sean Jovi. I know Sean Jovi, Tone DeBoss is definitely not a Sean Jovi fan right now at the moment, but there's certain guys that I see what this sport means to them. I see what the
I don't agree with
underground.
what you did, Jovi, but by God, you deserve it. I don't
Well,
agree with what you
but that
did,
I
but you deserve it.
well, yeah, I mean, obviously people feel that way, but I think people know what you mean, and to see you there with two championship belts, and you hadn't had a singles title, to go from that, and here you had won the All Wrestling Matters Championship, and what had that meant to you to win the All Wrestling Matters Championship?
At the time, that was everything. The All Wrestling Matters movement, like I was a huge part of that. I was all for it. I still, to this day, support everybody out there to follow their dreams, to do it. Regardless of what anybody says to you, as long as you're out there having fun, being safe, and you guys are doing what you want to do, have fun. But there's other guys out there that take this stuff seriously and too personal sometimes, and it just makes it for a bad environment, and it kind of ruins it for other people. So just if you're loving it and you're enjoying it, keep doing it. Don't let the haters get to you. There's a few guys out there that they're small guys. They're just having fun in the yard. They're not trying to be big promotions or anything, but they're out there having fun and they get a lot of hate for no reason. Just go out there and enjoy it. I've always been for the All Wrestling Matters thing. I've never been too much a part of the old argument with trampoline back, like all that stuff. I don't care.
I know you.
I've never done trampoline. I've never done it. I don't care to, but other people are having fun doing it. Let them do it. They're having fun. Enjoy it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. It's
Well,
simple.
I'm with you on that. No. I am certainly with you on that, and
I'm
that's
just the
well
All Wrestling Matters
documented.
thing.
But
It really meant a
you're
lot
having a
to me.
hell of a match here.
Yeah, I know. It's
No, it does, and I'm glad you do. I'm glad. Go ahead.
it sucks I lost that title. It does, but I mean, look what came from it. I got to hold that title. I got to
You
hold
got two
that title, and I got to
championships.
defend. I loved it. I did. Oh my god! But I got to defend that title. I won that title against CJ Black. That's in itself, right here, is awesome. Got
Hmm.
a 7-star match out of it. I went and defended in a triple threat match in EWA. The All Wrestling Matters title has been defended in EWA. It's just, to me,
Yep.
I got to do that. I got to do that much with the little time that I had the All Wrestling Matters title. And I'm happy that I got to do that. But from that, I've grown even further and gotten 2 more titles. And it's in 2 separate feds. So not only did I hold that All Wrestling Matters title right there, now I'm holding an ROEW title and an EWA title. And I did all this
I
in the
mean,
last 3 months.
Amazing. Yeah, there you go. You got the All Wrestling Matters Championship. You got the Prestige title and the EWA Eternal title. Technically three different places. And yeah, that's really a cool stat that you had defended and wrestled in multiple places for these titles. I think that speaks volumes to the character of who you are. Yeah, listen, I think you were definitely a great All Wrestling Matters representative, and I think that you and I are on the same wavelength when it comes to All Wrestling Matters. I have long been well documented supporter. That I believe in everybody, and I wouldn't be here as a matter of fact without that. But I do want to plug ROEW's YouTube page because we have a YouTube page. I got to plug because I got a lot of ROEW coverage ahead, and I got to get through everybody in the chat. So,
hey, while we're on that ROEW thing, you can go to our Instagram too, and why don't you get a little vote for me?
You know what? I was glad you mentioned that because I could actually put that right up here on the screen. So I'm going to take this off the screen and make the hockey line change. And I know the awards are ending before we go on the air tomorrow because we have on the outlaw Jason Storm who returns to Sportswire Radio, and he'll.
So glad he's back in ROEW.
Yeah, you will. I'm
so glad to have him
saying
back.
that. Less than a couple of months ago, I don't know if you would have been saying that, but there is a wrestler of the year.
Time heals all wounds. Yes, I'm up for wrestler of the year and match of the year.
Well, match of the year you should get, but I mean, who knows? And we have time to vote. And wrestler of the year, you're up for that as well. And you can go to the ROEW Instagram page, which I'm going to put up here right now, ROEW Underground, same as the YouTube page. So please go out there. I can't stress enough the importance of staying and supporting ROEW. But I do want to get to Dakota before she's going to go. So I want to let her, before we're going back to the coverage here. She just wants to say thank you because she's here. She's got to go to work, and she just wanted to say hello to you. And also that she has your bracelet made. Don't wear it in the ring of the shower. And she's going to leave, but she wanted to come by and say hello, and that she definitely misses you and says the new ring gear looks good on you. Yes, it does look good. She's proud of you. I still feel funny saying that, but we are proud of you. Yeah, I'll go with it because she said it. And there's a lot of people that'll get to you, and we'll come back to them. But yes, please go out there and vote for Mr. Johnny Velocity and help him win some moments. And there you go. And yeah, we'll definitely take that off the screen in a minute. And I did want to also talk to you about ROEW anniversary. Obviously, Jason's going to be a big topic, and you were out there in the ring against one Kyle Keplin, and you held on to that Prestige Championship. And I'll put that up here for a few minutes and talk to me about just the match. And I gotta say, I mean, another great match, and obviously a lot of talk about the hair, but nevertheless, you did retain your Prestige Championship, and against one Kyle Keplin, the man that took the All Wrestling Matters Championship from you in some feel in controversial fashion.
Kind of screwed me out of my All Wrestling Matters title. That's all right. That's all right. I got my revenge, and I got my revenge here in this match. Now he's bigger than me.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's also has no hair, and he tried to play that card a few times in this match. The only hair pulling is when he grabbed my hair. For some reason, these guys are afraid of my chain wrestling. I must be doing something right then.
Keplin had been very impressive. I mean, he has wins. He's defeated you, and whether fashion is, he certainly beat up Jack Delta in his house, and he had felt that he could be regaining a championship here. Certainly, he had felt that, and obviously we'll see that the match has already happened, but nevertheless, I mean, it didn't work out in his favor.
No, not at all. I don't think he has the experience that I have. He says he has. How long has he been champion?
About a decade.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. No, your experience does not match my experience. The matches that I have in front of a live crowd in IMF probably would stump any match that guy's had in any yard.
And EWA, you've been there in the EWA as well. We're going to talk to tonight as well. So you've had some.
Oh, don't forget, EWA's got big things happening in EWA.
Oh, we're going to talk about that. I'm very excited.
Very happy to be a part of EWA. I'm so glad that Will reached out to me. Like, that locker room itself is just so fun to be in. Those guys are so inspirational. Everybody helps lift each other up. Everybody helps each other out. That's a great locker room. These guys are always talking to each other every day,
I
always
agree.
telling each other something positive, like always trying to help each other. I love it. Everybody's promoting each other. It's great. And I just, I've been in a few locker rooms. And I, honest to God, have been around. Like, I don't have a problem with any of these locker rooms. I know there was a lot of like people have beef in locker. I don't see a lot. I mean, I see where people may have disagreements, but I just don't see too much beef. Not around me anymore. I don't know. I know
Yeah,
people
I
back
don't
in
think
the day
anybody
they
has
used
any
to
beef with you.
complain.
There's no beef with you. You are an absolute legend, and you are an absolute
I
saint.
don't.
And
Yeah, I don't try. I
you know.
try to stay away from all that stuff.
But talk to me though. Okay, I'm curious though. We talked about CJ, and I'm gonna certainly bring up Cash Carter in a minute or two. But what's the difference of wrestling a Kyle Keplin rather than a CJ Black and a Cash Carter these last several months?
Okay, Cash Carter's fast, light, and the skill level is way beyond Kyle. And CJ Black, though maybe a little bit similar in size, but definitely faster, way more technical. This guy's a brawling wall. This is a wall that will kick you, punch you, and you try to grab his hair or something, you're just going to slide off his bald ass head. But and he sweats like a freaking Brock Lesnar. So you can't get a grip on anything. So I had to be
Mm.
quick. I had to adjust a lot in this match, but I was able to pull it off.
Mm.
I can't believe you countered that. I had to be more pull out my brawling style for him.
Yeah, well, he's got some strength. He's definitely gotten himself into shape. I know a lot of people have certainly their
Yes,
feelings on him, but I think he's gotten himself into great shape, objectively speaking. I think that
yes,
Kyle,
I'll give him
from
that.
when he came on here last year to where he is now, he's in good shape. I mean, I'll tell you what, the guy has definitely put some work in. And I think when you take a step back, I know obviously things are out there, but to be objective, he's definitely put some work in terms of conditioning, and he is now right now got you in an uncomfortable position at the moment.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there. My lower back was really feeling that one. I had to kick him. I'm still flexible. I literally just kicked him in the back. But
Well,
he's
he's
just
kicking you
he's
right now. Yeah, he's definitely
strong.
kicking you. Yeah, he's a big
He's
guy.
like an
He's a big
iron.
guy.
Yeah.
Don't tell Ox McCoy that, the enforcer of sports. Where he reminds me, Kyle reminds me of a kid that I used to play with, and when I was growing up in Brooklyn, a big kid, almost the same way. He had almost natural strength. He may not
Yep.
have the most like let's say Scott Steiner like muscles, but he's got natural strength. I think the natural strength is what's giving him a chance to take a championship away from you. I think that's what he's working on here at this moment to
That's what
his
he thought.
advantage.
That's what he thought. He was just going to outpower me.
I know.
And these guys don't realize, like,
Well, I mean, well,
I'm 6'2", 180 pounds. Like, when you step in there and you're only 6 foot, but you're 200 pounds, you're just broad. I'm long, I'm fast, and I'm slick. I'm always going to find a way. And I'm smarter. I'm white. I've been in this game way longer than any of these guys. The only one I'd have to worry about wisdom wise would be probably James Taylor.
we're gonna come to him. Listen, we're gonna come to him. But it's funny that you said that as we're here with Quickstrike Johnny Velocity, who is the RWW Prestige and the EWA Eternal Champion, and he is here talking about his most recent matches in RWW, which was also last weekend's RWW Anniversary, which is on the RWW YouTube page. Please give RWW a sub. They have been a long-time supporter of us here on Sportswire. He is also the EWA Eternal Champion. They have a big show here coming up next Sunday. We'll be talking a lot about that on the other side of the chat. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce. Thank you so much, everybody, for your support. Before Johnny came on here, which I hope you check out later if you missed it, this guy named Raven came on to Sports by Radio. Stay tuned for some more guests coming on later in the week. Stay tuned for that. Maybe I'll announce one or two if I feel like it. But it's funny that you said that about using some of your veteran instincts, and I've had on a lot of these bands come on and these musician. Sometimes they say that when you're older, you're almost not to say you're better, but there are things that you can make up for maybe what your strength that you don't have now. Do you feel that at this point in this stage of your career that there are things you know about this sport that you can maybe make up for, that maybe whether it's a Kaplan or even a Cash Carter or a CJ Black that they're not able to maybe compensate for?
See, one thing I'm really good at is I'm good at picking up things quickly. And I went in there and I learned everything that these guys taught me, put that and adapted to what I already knew and everything that I've learned in the past. And now I'm becoming unstoppable. It doesn't matter if it's a Cash Carter. It doesn't matter if it's a Kyle Kaplan. Two completely different sizes, two completely different styles, but I will find a way to pin both men. And let's not forget that I tapped Matthew Forsaken out in a dog collar match.
Well, I'm gonna get to Matthew Forsaken because you were just in.
So I
in the ring
will
again.
find a way because I have it all up here.
I wanted to ask you about Cash Carter for a minute before I get to the chat. I know people really want to talk to you tonight, and I get why. But if I were to say to you that over the past year, even though you had the 7-star match with CJ, but I look at the last year, right, the matches that you've had with Cash Carter, that he's been your most difficult opponent, maybe even your best opponent with the matches that you've had. Yeah,
He's my rival.
What do
I
you think
knew
about
going into ROEW that he would be my rival.
Oh, okay.
We are I think we have similar styles, and I think that we match up very well. And that's why I was this close in that first match. I just let my emotions get the best of me, and I lost the first ever Prestige Championship. But I learned from that, and throughout the whole year, a little bit more, I got that chance again, and it was against Cash Carter again. It was my rematch for the Prestige title, and this time I pulled it off. I got the victory because I took everything that I have learned, everything that I've went through in the past year, and I found a way. And I will do that against anyone, any opponent, and I have proven that. Soldier beat the hell out of me the first time he came to DKW. Took the hardcore title.
I remember that. I remember
as soon as I got my rematch
Absolutely,
a year later,
sure.
I beat his ass and I got it back. It never fails. Forsaken's beaten me. I come back and I make him tap. Who else has made Forsaken tap? I come to ROEW, finally get to face CJ Black, and I beat him for an All Wrestling Matters title. Ha ha ha! That right there's a moment in itself in my history. And it's a 7-star match. Jeez, cherry on top. Oh, I love this spot. Oh, and it froze. It's my favorite spot too. There's a short. There's a reel. It's awesome.
Yep, I saw it, and I was going to ask you about because I've watched it so many times, and just that spot and just what you guys did here, and I mean,
I'll tell you
Cash
about that
is such
spot
a
where he kicked me, the super kick
right,
where I
tell me.
dove out. I honestly thought I broke my toe. Completely forgot he even kicked me or anything because the only thing I could think about was my freaking toe. I stubbed it on the ring as I dove out the ring. My toe stubbed. At the end of this match, I could barely stand on it. My toe was black. It hurt so bad. My brother had to drive home. I couldn't drive. It hurt. But in 2 weeks, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks, it was good. It's still a little tender, but the swelling went down and everything. But that's what happened on the kick. The kick was solid, but I didn't feel the kick. I felt my toe.
Well, I mean, for good reason. I could certainly understand, and we're happy that you're feeling better, at least with the toe. But yeah, Cash is an amazing competitor. And what do you think about him now as the ROEW champion? You know, that's going to be a topic tomorrow and certainly on Thursday. What do you think about that now?
Right. In all honesty, man, Cash Carter has busted his ass. He has done so much in ROEW. It's about time. It's about time he's held that title. Jealous, yes, because I just beat you. I just took your prestige title, and then here you are. You're holding the ROEW title now. Huh. Kind of feel like Owen Hart looking at Brett. Like, you bastard.
Well, I mean, you got 2
just had a great
championships, so
match.
he's got 1. Listen, you got 2 titles, and he's got 1. You could look at it from that vantage point. You could have 3 by next Sunday.
True. You think I'd earn a shot at that ROEW title after that?
I mean, that's a good point too. I mean, I'm gonna certainly be talking about that. I
can't look past this weekend. I still got to win this weekend. So I can't look past this weekend. I got to defend this title. This title gets defended not this weekend, next weekend. Sorry, December 7th. This gets defended. I can't look past that. ROEW, we're done for the year. We're done until next year. So we'll. I got time to evaluate things there and work my plan to get to Cash Carter in that title. I honestly think that I'm probably the closest one to that title shot. Right.
That's a good point. I mean, that's
DJ's gone. He's done. He lost. He lost that match. He's retired. He's done. So he's gone. Jason Storm's coming off a loss. He beat Forsaken, but he lost
to Felix Jones. Yes.
He also just lost to CJ Black. So he's got 1
and he
win.
Lost it somewhere else, too. He lost to Soldier GP. So he's...
Well, yeah. But who else? I guess you could say Forsaken, but he just lost to Storm.
Yeah, Forsaken had been on quite a run. Yeah, Forsaken, I mean, you have certainly had your dealings with it, but his year has been pretty good. I mean, he's had a pretty good run in terms of his matches, but he's most recently lost as well. So ultimately, I mean, that's a great question. I'm going to talk to Jason on Saturday, tomorrow night here about 9:15, and I'm going to talk with CJ on Thursday, and they're going to have, I'm sure, their thoughts on who challenges next Cash Carter, but that's going to be in 2026. That's certainly for now in the rear view mirror, but certainly this was a moment that you did win, but we'll take it off the screen for now because obviously we know what kind of unfolds here after this. But if you want to watch more ROEW footage, we're not going to put that but we know what happens. But we'll leave that at that. But certainly please support ROEW and please support the EWA. We're going to get to everybody here in a minute. I want to get to some things I want to give you, and I want to mention James Taylor because there can't be no other way. So let me get the ball rolling and get to the other side here. So first in the chat is Zilla. Thank you, Zilla, for being here. Zilla missed yesterday's show, but she wouldn't miss it for you, which we're very happy about that. Thank you, Zilla. Speaking of people who I think were here looking for Raven, but you missed that one, but that's okay. He was here for a minute. Daniel Tafu will be here in 2 weeks. Daniel Tafu, who I think was waiting for Raven, but actually a couple people messaged me. Raven was kind of short. I said, there was technical difficulties. I couldn't do the intro. There was bad static, and they didn't really execute it well, but we did the best we could. And, listen, we got 21 minutes. There were some good moments in there, and thank you for being here for whatever it was. The enforcer of Sportzwire Radio, Mr. Ox McCoy, pulling in double duty. Thank you very much. And another man I would love to get your opinion on, Mr. Robert Scott, now who's serving his suspension now in the EWA. He is now suspended and said this should be quite interesting. Yes, I agree. He had messaged me he would be tuning in. Yep. Thank you, Dakota. Management is here. I believe that will be Hubie. I'm sure we'll talk to Hubie. There we'll get to him in a little bit, I'm sure. I'm going to your Johnny shirt as soon as possible.
I am working on those, yep.
That's great. Thank you, Zilla. Also, yes, hello. And speaking of people that I know would still like to wrestle you before this run ends, my final chief, obviously, I acknowledge the IMF United States champion, Il Drago himself. Final chief has been busy, but I had to be here for fellow.
I'm going for a U.S. title, too.
Yeah, man, that you've been in the ring with in another place in a cage, but nevertheless, hello to the final. He will be a big topic here coming up, I'm sure, tomorrow as well, because Jason Storm will be here to talk about that. Speaking of people that I'd love to get your opinion on, a man that some would say helped you win the EWA Eternal Championship, a staple on Sportswire Radio over the past year plus, and that is Bang Bang, the infamous kill shot. I mean, what What do you think about Killshot? A new buddy of yours, it seems.
That guy, that kid right there, he's got a future.
He does.
He loves this business so much. I will do anything to help him get to that next level.
Yes, he's definitely working hard, and he has put a lot of effort in, no question.
And he
But
had my back when nobody else did.
Well, speaking of people that definitely don't have your back in the EWA, that was the man you disposed as the eternal champion. That is Mr. DJ Storm. If it wasn't for Killshot's distraction, I'd still have my belt. Listen, I'm going to put the footage up in a little while.
Wait. Killshot's distraction. Wait. Carlos is the one that had the powder. Killshot just stopped him from throwing it at me.
Well, I mean, that's how it goes. I mean, but
also, however you see it, that's fine.
No, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get there. Dakota would like to say my intros were even longer. Well, I did point out I didn't have an intro for Raven. I did not have an intro for him because of the technical difficulties, which was what it was. But we'll make up for it. And Killshot loves you because he definitely doesn't. He doesn't love me. He loves you. So there you go. But the Mrs. Final Chief would like to say good evening and hi to Johnny. And we read Dakota's comment already. And there you go. Yep. Hello to Zilla. Little Killshot spelled the name wrong. Yes, the ring gear looks good on you. I will say the ring gear looks good.
I like the colors.
I think you know what? If you would have asked me 3 months ago, I wouldn't have been sure. But now I would say, you know what? I think it fits. I think it's a good move. I'm for it. I'm for it. I think it's good. Just popped in to say hi before I watch this with my wife. Well, thank you for tuning in and hit the sub button for ROEW, hit the sub button for the EWA, hit the sub button for me, and thank you very much for being here. And I appreciate you for joining the conversation. Now, speaking of people that you have shared a locker room with and you've lived with before, who would like to say something, and that is the Hall of Fame monitor of Sportzwire Radio, who is here, and that is Mr. Justin Parsley. Yes, he's really here. And he would like to say from varsity to JV, just want to tell you to keep it real. Always a pleasure. Yeah.
It really is. That man, I love that man.
Yes, good man. The Hall of Fame monitor of Sportzwire Radio.
All I have to say about I love that man.
Got a black screen now. Got a screen's black. Any reason why? No. I don't know. I'm moving on though. Speaking of people that I would love to get your perspective on, who'll be here Thursday night. Johnny Velocity is one of my favorite people I've ever worked with. One of the best decisions I made was inviting him and Mr. Forsaken to join us. And I definitely agree. There is Mr. CJ Black.
Yeah, in all honesty, like me and my brother joke about it a lot. To end our careers would be really awesome. At some point is to literally have a match. Whether it be me and Cash Carter against CJ Black and Matthew Forsaken, or me and CJ against Matthew Forsaken, whatever it is, us four in some kind of match, I think would just, to me and Forsaken personally, would be awesome. I think that us four together mesh very well. We work together very well. We're not afraid to hurt each other. Per se, doing what we do, you tend to hold back a little bit, especially with people you don't really know. And I would say with the relationship that we have built with anyone and everyone in ROEW, really, but specifically Chris and Colin, I believe that we could have a match that would be talked about for a long time. If we could get that together, that's something I would really, really like. I don't know how they would feel about all that or what they think about it, but me and Forsaken, CJ Black, Cash Carter, however you want to team it up, I think it would be an awesome match.
It sounds like the brothers there, and especially
like I said, he's a genius of the ring. His mind is impeccable.
There's a lot of similarities in the sense. I mean, obviously, your brother and you aren't on the same side of the coin. We know, obviously, about Cash and Mr. Black, but obviously, Mr. Black.
They're two brothers that have grown up together doing this. Together, love doing this together, just like me and Forsaken.
Yep.
Like I got a buddy working on digitalizing some of my VHSs for me and Forsaken. well, Scott Hartman,
Oh.
from back in 2003
Mm-hmm.
that I will have up on YouTube as soon as we get those done. So I will be able to show everyone a little bit of what basically how I was when I was 19 years old.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll watch it on here on Sportswire. We'll spend an evening and we'll go through some of those matches and we'll give
That'd be
obviously
cool.
some people here in the of course, listen, anything for you. I got a lot of people here, and I would love to see brothers versus brothers almost be like to decide who's the better siblings in the underground.
However you want to match it up, it don't matter. It don't matter.
I would love to see it, and I think a lot of people would. Speaking of people that are happy to see you, Sean Jovi, I miss me some Johnny Velocity.
Yeah.
Well, he's back on Sportswire, and we can't wait to have CJ Black back on Sportswire. It's been a minute since he's been here, and we're excited to have him on in a platform he helped build alongside ROEW. And I'm very excited to have a lot of ROEW coverage on Sportswire here coming up. So very, very happy to have a company that has been here a long time on this platform to get us the likes of Raven, the likes of Rhino, Savio Vega, Pitbull, Gary Wolf, and all these rock and roll legends. And Mr. Robert Scott would say,
Yeah,
even though
Mr.
we're on
Scott.
different sides,
We got massive we got mutual respect.
But he don't like Killshot. You like Killshot. He don't.
Yeah, he needs to teach them boys, the Cleveland Wrecking Crew, a little respect, though. Come on now. See, Killshot's got respect. I've taught him well. He watched my back. When I needed somebody to watch he was there. It's not my fault your ass got suspended.
Well, that's, we know that is certainly a
I might not have been so lucky if he didn't get suspended.
Well, that's a good point,
Killshot
too.
may have stopped the powder, but would he have stopped Mr. Scott from getting his hands on me?
That's a point we'll never know. And if you want to vote on the awards for RBW, which will be released tomorrow, please go to the Instagram page. And we have people on Instagram, right? I have a bunch of people here. So if you haven't voted, please vote for Johnny Velocity. And we would really appreciate that. Ox McCoy would say, Kepler is out of his mind talking all this stuff on the IMF. I'm not going there. I'm just leaving it at that. I mean, it's what it is. I mean, obviously.
Kepler, be careful what you say, because if you've never been in an IMF ring, shut your mouth. Until you step in between those ropes, you ain't got nothing to say to IMF.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
we don't want to say anything to anybody.
You can't. Nope. Not until you get out there.
Well, I mean, he has his opinions, and I'm going to move on to the next comment. Also, much deserved and earned. Yes, I agree. Want to say hello to tomorrow's guest here at 5 o'clock before Jason comes on, the Dawn of Combat, AJ Harrison. 2 belts, Johnny. Very impressive feat. I currently hold the KCC championship and the United States championship. So from one double champ to another. Dakota would like to say that Kepler guy, trash. All jokes aside, we'll leave that at that. Thank you. And also, Ox trying to have me crash out before next show, bringing up that Kepler guy. Well, I'm going to move on. And damn, that was a nice Cazadora. Who taught you that? Well, you did kind of give some credit. You did give some credit. So we want to make sure we give as much credit. And yes, hello. I want to say hello to the EWA brethren. Thank you, Scotty. Scotty's here. Wanted to give a big shout out to Scott. Always likes my stuff on TikTok.
About that Cazadora, though. Seriously, like, he looked at me and was like, hey, can you do this? And I said, I don't know. Let's try.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to throw it out there because you talked a lot about what you've learned, ROEW. James Fury still comes down there once upon a time, from time to time. And James Fury's come on this platform. He's a really, really well-known pro wrestler.
Yes.
And
I've met him a couple times there, yes.
And he has praised CJ Black on here. He said, CJ Black is a great guy. I like wrestling there. I learn a lot from there. So I'm with you. Listen, you go to ROEW. I mean, you got to put the work in it. And if James Fury likes what he sees, then I would recommend.
You got to be able to put work in, and you've got to be able to take critique. Like, you've got to be able to understand that learning is basically sucking. Like, I've had to unlearn a lot of things just to get better. And it's just, it comes with evolving. And that, like, one of the first things I've ever said on here on Sportswire is I constantly want to evolve. I constantly want to learn. And this was a big step for me.
No, you did. Let me tell you, from when you first came on here with your brother about 2.5 years ago to where you are now, I mean, there's no question. I mean, all the respect in the world. I mean, we had respect for you already, but I mean, even more respect for you of what you've done and drastically changed how you wrestle, and the success pays off. And no question, hard work pays off.
Hard work,
And yes, yes,
determination.
yeah, you got it. And want to say hello to Rocky from TPW. Obviously, the kill shot is one of his fellow locker room people in TPW. And Rocky will be here next Friday, as a matter of fact. He'll probably be here tomorrow as well, but he's here next Friday night in your chair. Wanted to say hello, and he liked the stream. And Rocky is also learning also to be a pro wrestler. So he's like Killshot has made the transition from promo to pro wrestler or training to be an underground indie wrestler. So
the best thing about Killshot is him wanting. He just wants to learn. He asks everybody any advice that he can get. He's taking it.
No, Killshot. I've spoken to Killshot a lot off the air. Killshot is definitely putting the work in. If you didn't think he was going to do it, well, guess what? He's doing it, and I tell you what, he's pretty
damn athletic too. So once he starts getting everything down, and he starts understanding how the psychology in the ring and everything, this kid's going to be good.
He is. No, he is definitely
going to be really good.
He's going to be really good, and the best is yet to come. And thank you, Spam Bot. Yes, hello to Rocky. Speaking of people that I haven't seen in a while, Mr. Chase Wakefield. Chase Wakefield, obviously married man, certainly enjoying the married life. And yes, hello, and we look forward to Rocky being here in your chair next Friday night. And okay, before I give you a couple things and transition to the EWA, now I got to bring this up. I want to go with Il Drago first, and he wants to be your farewell match in July. Now, what is your thoughts on that? And then I'm going to ask you about another individual right after that who was here in your chair last night.
I don't know if I think about the farewell match too much. It's just like, all right, since we're on the topic, I guess, like I actually made a list of like, there are specific wrestlers that I would like to get in there with before I'm done. Now, like realistically, probably not some of these guys. I mean, I get it, but some of them are very possible.
Mm-hmm.
And like, honestly, starting with like Felix Jones.
Oh, Felix Jones. I mean,
love to do a one-on-one, like all the opportunities that we've had. And we just like, I've wrestled him as a masked character and it was a blast.
But Joe Stone and him of obviously the first match of our history here.
Yeah. Like I would honestly, I would love to see those two completely just blow this scene apart.
Yeah.
Like really. But Jason Myers is another person one-on-one.
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to lie to you, wrestling Jordan Nets at Summer Bash 2 in the one-on-one match was memorable for me. Like, I liked it. It was fun.
Former
and
world
the way
champion.
that me and him worked that match out, I really liked it. I wish we could have done more. Of course,
how about Justin Parsley? Now, I
was going to say, okay.
I mean, I don't know if we can mention it. I guess to some people, maybe they may not want to mention that name, but on Sportswire, he's the Hall of Fame monitor. So I don't know what.
I have nothing bad to say about Justin Parsley. So it don't matter. Justin Parsley is like one of the top guys. Him and Jack Delta. I have faced Jack Delta. I have put my hands on Justin in a tag, but the thing is I want one-on-one with Jack Delta. I want one-on-one with Justin Parsley.
Well, one man is Jack Delta's not wrestling at the moment, and Justin Parsley, I don't know where that
exactly. So I don't know if these two are possible, but those two are extremely high on my list because I've never had the opportunity one-on-one. And that also brings me back to El Drago.
Yes, I want to hear this.
Because El Drago is definitely like somebody I have literally watched progress over the last year and a half.
And you've been in the ring with him, and obviously against Anthony Steele.
And again, one-on-one, that match would be so fun. So fun. I'm talking Felix fun, Jason fun, me and Drago would be fun like that. And I think that would be awesome.
Now, I got to bring up the man that was here, though, yesterday, who certainly had a rather peculiar, some would say, response toward you and retirement. And that is James Taylor, the Tyrant King, a man who's interviewed you once upon a time, who has no signs of slowing
I've got
down.
to interview him, actually. As the tables turn and everything goes on in the last 2-3 years, how things work. But yeah, I've still yet to ever meet James Taylor. I hope it's still there and it still could happen.
Well, he's in Mississippi right now. He's now wrestling for OCW, and he is competing for a championship next weekend, like you. And I threw it out there. Well, I mean, maybe if there's a will and a way, I mean, there can't be no other way. Never say never, Mr. James Taylor. And I mean, I think a lot of people want to see two old heads, as some would say, wrestle. And I don't know if that's the final match of your career, but I think 2026. It's got to happen. James Taylor and Johnny Velocity, whether it's in OCW or even in the EWA, I don't know.
Like I to be honest, never has actually thought about what I want my final match to be. Like a lot of people have brought it up or whatever, but I guess my main goal is there's people I want to wrestle. I want to have a program with before I'm done. It's not about who's my last match. More about I want to get in there and work with these guys that I have not.
But because you're like the John Cena of our underground circuit, that somebody's going to want to have said that they're.
So wait. So what Tom is proposing is we should have a tournament or something.
Well, I mean, there's going to be somebody, listen, because Anthony Steele's going to be out there and say, I want that match. There's going to be Omen Black and Soldier GP are going to be out there.
Okay, hold on.
John Jovi's in the chat. He's going to have wanted that.
What about D'Angelo LaFlame?
He's in Texas. He's done the whole thing in Texas. And you've got your brother in the EWA. You've got Carlos Jackson. You've got DJ Storm out there.
Yeah, if you want to talk EWA, honest to God, Carlos, I definitely want to wrestle him one-on-one.
I would love to see you and Carlos.
I think that would be extremely fun. Kenny Ice Collins.
Oh, the champion. I mean, how about that?
He's facing Matthew Forsaken.
I am well aware of that.
That's going to be a fun one.
How about you and Mr. Robert Scott after the suspension?
We'll see if Robert Scott could do it. I don't know if I give him the satisfaction of being in the ring with me.
No, Bob Scott's a 23. He's like you, a veteran. He's a former world champion. I mean, Bob.
Until he can teach his little crew of misfits to have a little bit of respect.
Well, he certainly has his feelings, and he feels he now has been mistreated, and but there's a lot of people that would want to have that last match. I think it's such a difficult decision that you're going to face who should, because again, on this platform, before we make the transition to the EWA, but on this platform, there are so many people in the underground that are going to want to be your last. But to me, I mean, it's got to be people you've had history with.
Still haven't mentioned Jovi.
Jovi, to me, it's Drago, Jovi, Steele. I mean, certainly James Taylor. I mean, with that, would be out there. Jason Storm. Jason's here tomorrow. I'm gonna throw Jason's name out there.
We still need a solid match. Me and
the most intriguing one to me, and again, I'm with you. The most intriguing one, based on their future, because that's a completely unknown, is Justin Parsley. I mean, that would be, to me, the most intriguing match you could have, because you've wrestled Cash Carter, and Justin's on that level in sense of what his ability would be. But I don't know what his future would be. That's a question that I have no idea. But there's a lot of people from this platform that you have, come up with the last couple of years that would, and I got to throw Omen and Soldier out there. Your history at Summer Bashes, you cannot.
Basically, you could say I started this whole journey.
You did.
With Omen and Soldier.
Yes, and that's why they definitely have a very worthy case about being that final opponent. You brought up Felix Jones, I think, who's, basically, because he's the PWF champion. He's a guy that's a rising star. He just wrestled Gabe Sayers. He's
my whole perspective of Felix, me and Felix, I wanted to, it's something I've thought about, and it's probably wouldn't happen, but I would wanted basically me to have a title, world title, some sort of title, and then have him as my final match at a live event, main event type deal. And then I thought about just putting him over with almost like the Iron Man WrestleMania 12 type deal. just where it was just beaten to the end. We both are exhausted, and I just hand the kid the belt, shake his hand, and walk off and let him
I
have
mean,
it.
listen, and that could be in the EWA. I mean, the EWA has live shows, and
Yep.
there's a long list of opponents. I mean, thankfully you're not retiring at this moment, and
No,
Nicholas
no.
Crescent is here. He's certainly throwing his hat in the ring. Why not at this point? Craven Rage wanted to come on and give you a congratulations. We'll let it stand for now. He'd love to see you and Sean Jovi. Chase Wakefield's out there. You could throw him in the mix. Robert Scott's not happy with some of the things you said, and he said, "You've given me a lot to think about while I'm serving this suspension, but this leopard will not change his spots."
Are those
Listen, I
boys
mean,
really worth it?
well, you got a while to go. I mean, listen, there's a lot of opponents. I think to
Yeah.
me, EWA.
Well, Joe Stone. I would love to wrestle him again if he ever comes back, but I don't know. But Joe Payne and
No, yeah, you eliminated Joe in the Rumble. You've
Yep,
eliminated
and he beat me before.
Yep.
My first match in EWA, he beat me. And respect, he's a big man. I completely underestimated him.
Yep.
But there, what's his name?
Well, we're going to talk about the man you're going to be in the ring with next. I think Carlos Jackson is a tailor-made opponent for you to wrestle in the ring.
The man I'm facing next weekend is probably the first person I ever wanted to wrestle in EWA.
Well, I'm going to get to him in a minute, as I got to give you a few things. But before I do that, please hit the sub button for the EWA, because I'm going to talk about the EWA for the remaining 20 minutes of the show. And please support them. Live it, love it. The EWA. By the way, we're going to all be here. Most of you are going to be here next Saturday night. So we're going to have post or pre No Boundaries coverage. We'll have post-show coverage from this episode, and then get you ready for No Boundaries, which will take place next Sunday, and I'll have the poster for that. But let me give you a couple things, because I want to give you a few things, and I want to get to them before I get to the EWA. But first of all, let me give you this first thing, because I think it's poetic, because I was listening to commentary, and obviously somebody must be knowing what I'm going to do here on Sportswire Radio, because I think, and especially for those listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, you are the 2025 Comeback Wrestler of the Year. I don't think it goes without saying. You are that 2025 Comeback Wrestler of the Year. So that's number one. I got something else for you, so you're getting that. We're gonna go. You are two for the price of one. So we're gonna make sure we give you something else. I'll take this off the screen. But really, what I'm doing is now adding you into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. Technically, you've in it before many times, but not as Johnny Velocity, and you are the number 160th member. And congratulations. And we'll give you both copies. And if you have anything to say or anything you'd like to say, you have a chance now.
Well, I guess this would be a perfect time for really my thank yous. And I'm going to start with you, Tom. Oh. You have literally spread my name across the world.
I appreciate you.
With your platform. And the way that you promote each and every one of us every day is just that means so much to me and so many of us.
No, I appreciate you.
And I know you don't like taking all the credit, but you are a big part of everyone's success. And we thank you. I personally thank you.
I thank you for that. It's very kind of you to say. And, truthfully, if it wasn't for you and many other people, we wouldn't have had that guy before you. So I appreciate you just for saying
you're doing amazing things. I 100% support what you
do.
Well,
it's the wrestlers, but listen, it's the wrestling community that really, the underground and the backyard circuit really put these heavy hitters here. I mean, that's really the God's honest truth. They wouldn't come if they didn't see the subscribers and the people that have come on. So, really it's
the moral of all wrestling matters.
Yes,
everybody's supporting each other to get each other to the next level. I love it. I love
it. Absolutely.
But thank you. And then for my journey, starting basically, like I said, with IMF, and I'm going completely out of character, everything on this. Gary Patrick, Shane McMurrin, you guys brought us into the scene. You basically put more and more eyes on us and help us grow to the level.
No, they did. Let me tell you, those men, those individuals, they
gave me and Forsaken our first, a lot of our first.
Sean Jovi, where would Sean Jovi's career be?
That leads me to my next thank you. Sean Jovi. Your vlogs, your inspiration, just watching you do all these things on social media and how you promote not just IMF, but just everybody in the community.
Love that guy.
The definition of all wrestling matters.
Yes.
So thank you, Sean Shelby.
Oh,
that's Sean Jovi. If anybody don't know,
yeah, he's the first backyard wrestler that ever came on here. So if
it wasn't for him, we would not.
No. That's the truth. Is without Sean Jovi, there would not be no. Yeah, I was doing independent British wrestling, and people were looking at me like, "What are you?" I remember one of my friends saying, "What are you doing talking to these people at like 3 p.m.?" I'm like, "Well, they want to come on," and people it didn't really. Not that it didn't click. I mean, a few of them did. The Tribal Cheese. A few of them, but it didn't really click to a lot of people. But the backyard and the underground wrestling. I mean, that has been the staple.
It's a strong community. We just got to be together. When we're together, we're strong.
I think that we, look, we've like through anybody else. There's been a lot of adversity, a lot of challenges. Yeah. I think we're here. There's a lot of people here.
We're persevering. Tonight. That's what we do.
It happens. It happens.
And I'll continue.
Hasn't said it to me best. It goes through ebbs and flows, and I think that things have gotten better of late, and I think that we'll get through it.
And a Chris and Colin Black.
Yes.
CJ and Cash Carter. Those guys, like I said, they elevated me. And Forsaken, and even my son Joe Stone, to new levels. We're doing more and more than we ever thought we would. It's awesome. So them, and yes, Jason. I don't want to screw your name up. Strzeski. Jason Storm.
He's talking about the outlaw Jason Storm tomorrow. Yes, for those that may not know.
That man, just as a man, is a great father.
Yes,
he is a good man to talk to. He is very real. He speaks his mind, but I love the guy.
Oh, he did last time he was here. I'm glad things are better now because he'll be here tomorrow and he'll speak his mind again. And
he's promotional, like promo wise. I love it. I love watching.
Yes, you know what, Jason Storm. Let me tell you, the work. I'm with you. The work ethic. He's a guy I've seen for 2.5 years, and look at what he's done. Guy is put
and he works in the ring. He is a hell of a worker. I love working with him.
Yeah,
I think he's a great worker.
Absolutely.
And then, I'll end it with Will Perina. That's Hubie of EWA.
I was just saying,
okay, he has given me opportunities that just unreal.
I love Hubie. I love Hubie's enthusiasm, his energy. He's so infectious.
Yes, this is all building, and it's going to overflow next Sunday.
Absolutely.
So, while I have
I'm donating a ticket to the show. I'm very excited to be a part of the show. We love the EW. And I want to say, because we're going to talk about this is the last part of the show, I want to thank you actually because you gave us the connection for the EWA. You had said, I was thinking, obviously we know about you in ROEW for a long time, but you could come to this company. You said it was really good. And you said about Hubie, and I was like, we were friends on Facebook, but we didn't really know each other. We were friends on Facebook, obviously, because people are friends, and they didn't know it. And you were the one that made the introduction. And I want to thank you for that because if it wasn't for your introduction, I don't think Killshot would be in the EWA number one. Because look at Killshot, right? He wouldn't have been. I don't think he would have been there because Hubie watches a lot of the shows. He saw Killshot. Killshot is right by the dojo. We wouldn't have had, I know he's going to get mad in character right now, but Mr. Robert Scott's become a staple in Sportswire. We wouldn't have had him. Carlos Jackson's become a friend. DJ Storm. Scott's out there.
Every one of them.
A lot of the guys. I'm going to say it. I hope Hubie doesn't kill you for this, but even the badass Bert Huffman was on here. I mean, I'm not saying anything good or bad, but the badass Bert Huffman, he's a character. I mean, I want to give him a shout out. He, is an interesting guy, and he's been on here. He was a connection, all that because of you. You gave us another company, and I think that that's great. So I really think that, yes, the EWA has done a lot, but you've done a lot too because you gave us this connection, which allows us to talk about this next subject. But, you have done so much this year. You have obviously the matches with CJ Black, the matches with certainly Cash Carter and in the IMF. But now of late, your home has been the EWA. And you just won that second championship. But guess what? Now you have to put that championship on the line and against a man that might be your most unpredictable opponent yet here, coming up in Patches next Sunday.
He is. But it's somebody I've looked forward to actually meeting in EWA. And I don't know if anyone knows, but the first time we met was in the Ruckus Battle Royal.
Yes.
And I eliminated him. And we talked a little bit backstage. He's a little out there character, let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm aware.
But I was fond of him. And I think he was fond of me. I'm not sure. It seemed like
kind of. I think after what we saw after this match, I'd say kind of.
I think we're okay. So maybe this will be a good, friendly, competitive title match. So I don't have to worry about no dirty tactics like this match. But I look forward to wrestling Patches. I'm a little weary of what he's going to do. He's so unorthodox. But I'll figure it out. I always do.
But you have an opportunity to do something. You said at the beginning of the show, and this is something you've talked about over the years, you had not won a singles championship, but now you have an opportunity to hold 3 singles championships. And technically, this would be your 4th singles championship that you've won this year. So you have an opportunity in becoming a double champion in the EWA and be Johnny 3 belts. I mean, where does this match rank in your career coming up?
I mean, we got to put in mind that, this is my home state. This is the first live event that I've ever done in my home state. And I'm walking in as a champion, going against another champion and trying to win his title. To me, I never thought this would happen. The fact that it's happening and so quickly, it blows my mind. I'm living.
You can't be happy-go-lucky. You are a veteran, but I mean, you can't be so happy-go-lucky here right now.
Yeah, I'm. You can even see it here when I hug Killshot. I'm overwhelmed with emotion. I just can't believe that. If it wasn't for him, I probably would have been cheated out of that title.
Listen, that was brought up earlier on in the chat. DJ Storm was here, but then though is that guy that you're going to be facing next Sunday. That's the U.S. champion, and there's the face-off. And this is another accomplished guy who's done a lot in his own right. Been in the Indies. He's wrestled in the Indies.
He's wrestled in the FW, yes.
Yeah, he's a really good wrestler.
He's been on pay-per-view, yes. I cannot wait to get in the ring, and I would love to have this victory over him. I would love to have that U.S. title added to my collection. You can see I'm unsure about him, but he seems like a good guy. Well, I can't hate him.
Yeah.
He's my opponent. That's fine.
Well, you know what? You're going to have to go and not be so happy-go-lucky because you're going to be facing him at this show coming up next Sunday. And, if I wanted to ask you before I do something else here, you had any words or anything you wanted to say maybe toward your opponent coming up here?
Oh, I've told Patches right to his face. I look forward to this meeting. I can't wait. But I think it's going to be a battle for the ages. Because I think both of us, cardio-wise, athletic-wise, we match each other in every aspect. It's just who's going to be the better man on that night. I got to really keep my eyes open on his little antics. But as long as I can keep my eyes peeled and watch everything that he does, I think I can outsmart him and outwit him.
I hope that'll be the case for your sake in being a Johnny 3 belts. I mean, again, you talked about at the beginning of the show not ever winning a singles championship, to have technically, if you win next Sunday, to have won 4 singles championships, technically in 3 different places. The All Wrestling Matters title, the ROW Prestige Championship, and then the EWA Eternal and United States Championship. I mean, that's a really, really rare feat. And I think about that it's a very rare feat here.
It feels amazing.
Yeah, well,
it feels amazing.
Well, I mean, you know what? It may be, but apparently I have received word that there is somebody here that would like to address you and like to talk about some of the things that you have said here, especially when it comes to the EWA next Sunday. So allow me to share my screen, because for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, and that is the man who they would call Mr. Tuna Dog himself, the high authority of the EWA, our friend Hubie Jenkins. Hubie,
The man
how
that makes dreams come true.
How are we
No
doing?
Tuna Dogs today, Tom. Don't worry.
That's okay. Well, it's Thanksgiving. Well, post-Thanksgiving. Nevertheless, Hubie, how are we doing tonight?
Oh, we're doing good. We're getting a little nervous here. It's almost crunch time. Actually working on those ring announcer cue cards today, so
this is why I don't want to become an announcer. People tell me, "Oh, you should be an announcer." Well, that's why I'm not going to have cue cards. I don't know about that, but I mean, yeah, obviously Johnny is here. Johnny's been honored here tonight, and Johnny is going to be wrestling next in your promotion. He's got a chance to be a double champion here in the WA, but you know, Patches is one tough customer right now. I mean, what do you think in terms of a match and a stacked card? I mean, and a stacked card that we're going to have here next Sunday, and we're going to be talking a lot about it next Saturday night. I know a bunch of members of the roster will be here next Saturday night.
Yep, we got definitely going to have a big review show for the first ever indie EWA event. We've had a lot of those underground events, hundreds and hundreds of them, but never in an actual indie environment like this. That's why I want to congratulate Mr. Johnny Velocity, Mr. Patches, our eternal champion, and Revolution Pizza. They threw a lot of sponsorship money at me. So we rebranded that title as the Revolution Championship.
You know what? That's the best decision you've made to date, Hubie, because we're going to push aside the Tuna Dogs and certainly promote Revolution Pizza, the best pizza around out there. Right. And I mean, pizza right now, people are sick and tired of cooking for days and Thanksgiving ham and turkeys. That's the first thing they want to have is pizza. I do remember as a kid growing up in Brooklyn, after we had turkey, you know, the first thing my mother would do was order a pizza. So I do have fond memories of that. And Revolution Pizza is the best pizza out there. So instead of the United States champion, it's the Revolution champion, and the Eternal Revolution could be in front of us next Sunday.
The big title versus title match. And I was listening, earlier about Johnny there, and I want to give a personal thanks to him. I reached out to a lot of people, and when he got aboard with the EWA, I honestly believe that's when the underground community turned their heads. That's when they're like, wow, we're actually going to take this serious. Like Dark Kron's gonna be there.
Hubie's a big ribber. I know you're a ribber, Hubie. I get it. You and Rick Rude.
But all seriousness, that's like people really started to turn their heads. Really are like, wait a second, what's going on here? Yeah. When Johnny Velocity.
Well, when Johnny Velocity, listen, I'm gonna break the fourth wall from you. When Johnny Velocity says something to me, I'm gonna say, yeah, all right. I think my exact words when he reached out about the EWA is, yeah, whatever you want. I mean, you tell me to jump and how high. I mean, that's pretty much was. I remember he messaged me on Facebook about 4 months ago, whatever it was, and he was like, I'm gonna be debuting for this company. He was almost like pleading with me, like, Johnny. Been here for years. I mean, like, it's whatever you want, and and then we reached out. It's been great. You guys being here, and you guys have had many of the roster here, and I thank you for that. And it's a two-way street. Listen, we wouldn't have Raven if it wasn't for companies like yourself being here. So I mean, we're excited about that. There's no boundaries here.
Yeah, you guys have a great locker room. You have a great thing going, and people needed to see that. And I know how hard it is to grow a roster. And even have people to like I don't know if you really know about back in DKW, it's just me, my son, and my brother. And we had to mask up and do all these different characters just to make some kind of a show.
And you hosted Summer Bash a couple times too.
It's hard. So if I can help anybody grow or even get better, I'm all on board for it. I love to help out. I love to help people grow. And that's what I see Tom's platform as all wrestling matters. And he always helps push people to get out there and get to the next level, and he helps everyone. So this was like a perfect matchup, and he gave me an opportunity to come wrestle close to home. So it was win-win for everybody. It's not just me. Will put the work in. He did everything that he had to do to build what he has. All I did was say his name.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you said Hubie's name, but I mean, obviously, anything you want to say about Johnny? Everything in this show coming up? I mean, anything? Obviously, Patches, is certainly going to be one tough customer there, as I stated for Johnny.
And I just want to say there was a couple guys when I mentioned that Johnny was coming. They were a little wary at first.
Yeah.
As soon as they met him, they fell in love with him. They're like, I can't believe how cool this guy. I can't believe how easygoing this guy is.
Yeah.
So it worked out for the best of both worlds, all three of our worlds.
Right.
Yeah. I think
Everybody's a little bit more happy.
I think that's a win-win there. It's a very much of a
win-win, baby.
Win-win. Yeah, that's a win-win. And if you want to follow the EWA, I would really recommend you do. And I see you guys just got another subscriber, so I'm going to certainly push that one more time. So let's get the EWA to 220 subscribers. Let's get them to 218 right now. There we go. Now I can put the link up there. And
hey, scroll down a little bit. What's my match sitting at?
We're at 107 views. 107.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah. All right.
Well, and your tag match is 109, by the way. You're welcome. I gave you like 3 extra views today.
Oh, on the tag match? Oh, I see. Yeah.
I gave it 3 extra views. I watched your pretty much all your work all day today.
Thanks, Tom.
I was between Johnny Velocity matches and Chris Poland interviews, so close enough. Yeah, live it, love it. But yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, Forsaken says, cannot believe that you have anybody from Megadeth on, let alone 2 people.
Yeah, it's a big
That's
deal.
That's his favorite band of all time.
Well, I mean,
We've met Dave Mustaine twice. Like,
yeah. Well, yeah, Dave Mustaine. In this interview, we're not going to see Dave Mustaine on, but we'll maybe Chris Poland will talk about Dave Mustaine. David Ellison won't talk.
We love Dave Ellison too. Like,
yes, Dave is next. Yeah, Dave is next.
We met him too, so it's
Dave's a great guy.
I don't know Josh Poland. He did, and he was like, "Oh my god!" So
I've had a lot of people. Yeah. I was at dinner yesterday. Like, you were talking to Megadeth? I'm like, yeah, I'm Megadeth on. I'm like, no, oh yeah, wow. You have Megadeth on. I'm like, yeah, I had somebody. It was funny. I'm going to say, because my mother's not listening, because my mother used to think my podcast was a joke, it was crazy. Now I'm the biggest fan. I knew it. You're going to have all the big name Mark Farner on. And, I was with these guys who were 80 years old, and they were like, wow.
You're wrestlers, you're getting rock stars, and you're getting us.
You're the rock stars here. But anything else you guys want to say or talk about before next Saturday? Because you guys are all going to be here. Anything, Hubie, you like to say? Because I do have one person that would like to come on. I think I'm going to let them on here from the EWA. It's not Robert Scott. So
thank God. If it's the Wrecking Crew.
I don't have the Wrecking Crew on my bucket list. I don't have, but I'm going to give that opportunity. But, and obviously we're very excited about the show. We're obviously excited to buy a ticket. We'll obviously put the link up, Facebook, go to the EWA, join the EWA Central group on Facebook. It's a private group. Also support them on YouTube. Also support the gang and Scott's pages on TikTok. He also has a YouTube channel, which I'd really recommend. And I hope that will continue to support everybody here in the EWA. And, I know you may not be happy about Robert Scott and his suspension, but he did say live it, love it. So at least, Robert Scott did toe the company line for the, for the talk there. Live it, love it. And if you are there, yes, hit the sub button. Company man, give him that much. And obviously we're excited about the show. And I mean, Johnny, do you have anything else you want to say, Johnny, before we sign off and get the one more surprise? I'm gonna relent and bring this person, which I think Hubie will want to see this one. This time, I think Hubie will want to see this.
Finally, Tom.
Well, it's not. Well, I mean, some guests you've wanted on here, but Johnny's here, so I get a pass on that. Anything you want to say, Johnny, before we
thank you guys, like both of you. You guys have given me opportunities that I never thought I'd get. And it's awesome.
Well, we're very happy about that.
You know personally, like, what I mean by the opportunity thing. Like, that's unbelievable what you're doing for me. Thank you. And ROEW, IMF, like, for getting me to where I am now. Thank you guys.
Absolutely no.
Everybody
I
knows.
just want to say, you never know. It's EWA. There might be a surprise or two for no boundaries, so keep that in mind.
Oh,
That's a good point too. That's a good point too. And Johnny has a YouTube page. He's got over 1,000 subs. I'd really recommend you check out some of his footage, some of his content. Please go out there and support him. And you'll definitely want to do that. So I'm going to bring the person on here who wanted to say a few words, and some would say that this person was responsible for you winning that eternal
My
championship.
friend. How are you?
Rasa D. What's good?
Oh, I'm feeling great today. Got all my friends out here tonight.
And for one, no, it's not the Cleveland Wrecking Crew. No, it's not Robert Scott.
Well, thank goodness.
Well, Robert Scott, I mean, if he wanted to come on, he didn't ask. I mean, I would bring Robert Scott on, but he didn't ask. He's suspended. I mean, what is he supposed to do?
Today isn't about the Cleveland Wrecking Crew. Today is not about Cleveland Mills too. Today is Johnny Velocity Day.
Johnny V.
That's true. I agree. I'm in agreement on that.
Let me do this real quick. I ain't worthy.
Johnny V.
I ain't worthy.
Yes, you are. And you will be champion one day too, sir. You just keep driving, keep pushing.
Right now, I'm not here for titles. What I'm here is to learn from the greats. As you said, I'm hungry for learning. This is the only championship I need.
Right.
You can hold leather, you can hold gold, but you can't hold this.
Listen to this man. Listen to him.
Oh, I know. I've had him on many times. He's certainly a staple.
Wise words. Wise words.
And also support Scott's YouTube channel because he's also got other EWA footage and other things out there that you might want to check out. So I really recommend
our B-view and never seen before interviews backstage.
Yes.
I've been on there a few times.
Please support Scott. Scott's on
Carry
TikTok also, and support him. He's always liking my posts. So please give him a sub. I'd appreciate that. We really would.
I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm still healing from that triple threat though.
I know you were here. We were talking with Comatose. Comatose was here, and and we were talking about your injury. There, don't worry, Hubie. We just talked about Comatose and Killshot's injury because they have history in the promo world.
That triple threat took it out of me though.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's well, obviously, I watched that. I watched it, and obviously, hopefully, you watch what you're doing. But before we sign off here, I want to recap a couple things. Johnny Velocity once again in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. Also, Johnny Velocity 2025 Comeback Wrestler of the Year. Also, want to plug, we'll be here next Saturday night. No Boundaries pre-show coverage. You'll see some stars. Probably Killshot will be here. Probably Johnny and some others. Maybe Robert Scott in the background. Maybe not. But you'll see some others from the EWA.
And don't forget to vote.
Yes,
vote
on ROEW Underground at ROEW Underground on Instagram. Please go out there and vote. There is still a chance mathematically that Johnny Velocity can win Match of the Year and Wrestler of the Year. So
let's not talk about math real quick because the cycle makes on me.
Yes, well, that's the Freak Show. But the Freak Show is obviously busy tonight, and I have one more surprise before we sign off. Though this is unrelated to anything EWA or wrestlers coming on here. Johnny, congratulations because you are getting a Sportswire Radio shirt for free.
That's what I'm talking about.
You won a Sportswire Radio shirt, so you got.
Thank you.
And you got a shirt. You got a free shirt. So happy Thanksgiving, happy Black Friday, and we want to thank obviously the companies that Johnny has been a part of. Certainly DKW, ROEW goes without saying, the IMF goes without saying, and it goes without saying the EWA, and of course Summer Bash. So, anything else anybody wants to say here before we sign off?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for all the support, for everything. Just thank you. I love it. You guys have made my life that much better. Thank you.
Glad to be a part of it.
Absolutely, yes. And please support and hit the sub button for all these great companies. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you have a chance, or if you haven't yet, if you're here right now in the chat and didn't watch my interview with Raven, go out and watch it because it's only 20 minutes. It's only 20 minutes. I mean, you really got to do
short, sweet interview.
Yeah.
You said you gonna end it, right? Should we end it in style?
Well, you listen, Killshot. You got the last. I'm giving you a last word. So you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the high authority of EWA, Hughie Jenkins. This is the eternal champion, the man with the V's, the man with the double champ, Johnny Velocity. This is the Reverend Time Breaks. I am the infamous Killshot, and this has been a beautiful day and a beautiful night. Bang! See you at EWA Eternal.
There you go, and live it, love it.
17.
EWA, and I'm letting one more comment go in. Zilla wanted to say, I know we're on a different side, but I have a little bit of respect for you. Oh, Zilla, that is so nice of you, because she's a big Cleveland Wrecking Crew fan, but at least she has.
I know Zilla. I just love your support. And I thank you for your
Well,
support.
Zilla still loves Cash Carter. We know about their
I know.
history.
The fact
I'm
that
not
Zilla
going
gives
there.
me the respect, I love her for it. Thank you,
Well,
bro.
Jason Storm's gonna, I'm sure, have a few things to say about that. The Outlaw Jason, boy, I cannot wait. Jason
Storm's another
Storm's
level.
I cannot wait for Jason Storm tomorrow to be here. I am very excited about that, and we're excited for everybody to be here. And thank everyone for your support. My name is the Reverend Tom Rice, and we were here with the infamous Killshot, who's still reeling from his injuries, and especially from Joe Payne and Mr. Robert Scott. Hubie Jenkins, the Mr. Tuna Dog himself, the high authority of the EW, thankfully not having a Tuna Dog on air, but he's thankfully changed the Revolution title, because Revolution Pizza is the best pizza out there. And of course, the man that is still the underground OG, but is Quickstrike Johnny Velocity, the reigning defending ROW Prestige and EWA Eternal Champion. He'll be competing for the EWA Revolution Championship. He'll be putting that title on the line. We'll see if he walks out as Johnny 3 belts, including the ROW Prestige Championship. We'll talk a lot about that next Saturday here, pre-show, No Boundaries coverage. We'll give you the time when we get closer to it. But until then, my name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice, figuratively and literally, with all music and wrestling matters. Hit the sub button for us. We'll also be here tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern time for AJ Harrison, the Don of Combat, who I know Killshot knows very well. So he'll be here at 5 o'clock, and Jason Storm's here at 9:15. And we'll tell you what time Chris Poland's here on Sunday. But until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. On the number one Global Radio Station, that is Sportswire Radio, with all music and wrestling matters. Have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow.